Hello everybody, this is your boy Abou-z. Already we are going to do some today we are going to do some reaction, some police case. Police they chase somebody. I think he go steal something or I don't know what he do, but police is chasing him.
Early morning, and this is not the time to be driving that fast. A lot of folks out here dealing with a lot of traffic, not expecting somebody to be coming up on you at 50, maybe 60 miles an hour. Coming back up onto Van Nuys Boulevard, making that turn, heading over to the south. But again, as far as LAPD is concerned, they are nearby. They are not directly behind him, because just think about it. If you had this vehicle driving at these high speeds and then you have other officers trying to keep up and then also concerned about public safety, it would be almost a disaster. So right now, though, the helicopter calling it out, officers on the ground nearby and staging and ready to take this person down. But this is the second time that we've seen him make this turn right here. He's going to come up, I believe this is a T intersection, so he's coming back over here to Vesper. And
this nigga is a driver. He's a
this
driver.
is basically the same area. He's just driving around in circles, heavily armed, so very dangerous. And the driving techniques, also extremely dangerous.
You see, this is America.
Whoa!
They chase him in the air. You understand?
No, he's just getting. He's getting air. He's over those speed bumps and then through some of these intersections. That little car definitely got a little bit of air right there. You know, and the only thing is when that happens, if there's something around, you know, no traction on the ground, that could be a disaster. It could be a real problem. Hopefully this vehicle does not collide with anybody or another vehicle. That is my biggest fear right now. This person being armed and clearly not in the best. That's what the officers are worried about also. But right now you can see this vehicle continuing 60 miles an hour this morning on Kester. If you know this area, you know these are very tight streets and very, very busy, especially at this time of the morning.
See, like, he cannot hide because they are following him on the air.
Got to do a commercial. Somebody's got to pay the bills. Anyway.
Because they run like that. You know if he hide.
Anything. We need to, every penny counts. Skybox isn't, we ain't cheap. Anyways, if we're still up on YouTube, I'll wrap with y'all for a few minutes, right? Look, this is one of those deals where LAPD, they've just got to back off. Now, when you...
See, seriously, in America, everything, they plan everything for them. You see, this, our place, there is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Police, no, they chase armed robbers like that. No. If you go rob some place, then you are lucky to leave that place. You are good to go. Nobody's gonna chase you. Nobody.
Just think that you're thinking, oh, they just gave up on this guy and they're just going to let him run amok. That is not the case at all. The PD helicopter definitely over it. As far as Skyfox goes, you know, just a little aviation talk. Chris is at the tiller today, and we are between two airspaces, and believe me, we're not up here alone. So he's working to get the best shots that he can and keeping us safe, and then the separation from all the other aircraft on the ground, the helicopters, you know. And that was the thing, too. I don't want to lose it, but there were just people standing out there, like basically watching this, because he really is making, you know, maybe not, you know, racetracks by any means, but he's definitely staying on these same roads. He has not left the Van Nuys area. Van Owen seems to be one of his favorites, Van Nuys Boulevard, and then all these little side streets. Where he's going, what he's doing, come on, how would I possibly know that? I don't even think that dude knows what, or gal knows what's going on. This vehicle just continues to move at these really high speeds. These center lane moves, I don't like them. And then, again, anybody's just driving out there today, they're not expecting this. Look at that. You've got all these people, so they know this is coming. This is not the first time this car has gone through this neighborhood. What this is all about, I couldn't even venture to guess. But right now, though, a lot of people with their phones out, a lot of activity down there. Almost every intersection has people that are expecting it. There you go, LAPD re-engaging right down there. You've got a number of the black and whites behind them. When they can, I'm sure they will, and have those lights and sirens. Okay, copy all. Guys and gals on YouTube, just remember, we are live on Fox. If you guys are local, turn on channel 11. Okay. Copy all. Right by Van Nuys High School. Oh, this is going to be tree lined.
You are cooked.
Oh, I could have been talking some more. Hey, we're still following this pursuit in the Van Nuys area, going right by Van Nuys High School, my alma mater. But now the LAPD is actually behind this vehicle as well. Number of units, lights, and sirens, trying to warn the public the best that they can. Sky Fox, we're moving around. We're doing a lot of maneuvering and trying to get you those best shots, especially on some of these tree-lined roads. But look at those speeds, and that's going to be on... That's a little tiny road. Now he's going to be coming back up on Kester. That's going to be a light hitting those speed bumps and getting just a little bit of air. He's kind of really moving quick. I know Kester's coming up quickly there. Usually a red light, especially when I'm driving. Well, this time it was a green. Look at that, making that turn back onto Van Owen. Sorry, not Kester, Van Owen. And again, those speeds...
These guys don't even know where they go, sir. Just they go around.
They continue to pick up, and officers on the ground doing what they can to stay nearby, warn the public, and keep anybody in the area alerted of what's happening. Now we're on Kester Boulevard. This vehicle has basically stayed in the same neighborhood the entire time this has been going on. These high speeds, I'm sure they're getting a lot of attention. We've actually seen a lot of folks at intersections that kind of are expecting the vehicle to come back around. Making a turn now. This is going to be on one of the side streets out here. I think we were here earlier on, especially when we just went live. But again, that person driving that vehicle very recklessly also apparently is armed and dangerous. And that information, I'm working to figure out exactly how this is all comes together, but apparently dropped somebody off at the hospital. I believe this is a dead end. I think this one is a dead end or no outlet. Or not. It's just a T intersection, somebody's saying. So at any rate, keeping an eye on it. This vehicle continues to move around the area out here. Van Nuys is where we are. We have not left the Van Nuys proper area. Side streets, major intersections, all of it. We have been basically touring the area. That vehicle continues to drive at high speeds, very dangerous for the public. And of course, LAPD still concerned. They're coming out on Sepulveda right there. Van Owen.
We can't copy this safe. Porch and I use.
Why do I keep missing the Van Owen? But at any rate, making his move right there once again. Now, officers definitely concerned about the public safety. That is their biggest concern. That safety of the person behind that wheel, believe it or not, they do care about his safety as well, or hers. We're not having any kind of confirmation. But again, you can see that vehicle moving around 60 miles an hour, busy streets out here in the morning. Now we're back on to Kester, and that's what we've been talking about. He's just basically making these big blocks through these neighborhoods and then joining on to these major roads out here in the Van Nuys area. Again, though, the vehicle continues. There's the LAPD helicopter. That's the guy calling out the streets, making sure that the officers on the ground know exactly where that suspect is.
See, like, if I be this guy, I will stop, then give myself to the police, because you already know that you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. They are looking at you in the air. So, where are you running? Better stop.
It's actually very scary to watch. Right now we're going by the hospital, and I believe that it was where the area, or right in this area, is where apparently he dropped somebody off earlier on, making a turn. He's going to be behind these things right here. You know what? That's the hospital in the shot right there. I'm going to see if we can make sure we get back over it. I'm going to keep an eye out right there and there. I believe he just made another turn. So again, he just kind of picking these random streets out here. Those high speeds definitely not helping, and you are definitely correct. The officers do not want any of the public to actually even come out or try and help in any type of way, even if it's positive or negative. They just don't want the public near this person, especially the fact that, you know, those high speeds, like you said, coming around a hard turn like that, he could lose control, and you've got people standing there. Also, this person is armed and dangerous, clearly not in the best frame of mind right now, so we don't know what the goal is. And again, wrong side of the road right there, and on Kester, and just continuing to move along. You know, this is really scary stuff. And again, a lot of these people, they just don't know what's going on. And we're just making blocks out here. We are just literally making blocks in this neighborhood. Is this person trying to get somebody's attention in this neighborhood? All these questions, hopefully we'll get some answers, and hopefully this will come to an end peacefully out here in the Van Nuys area.
This guy is not correct. Serious. He just moving around. You don't know where they go safe. No.
Well, you know, they have policies down there, and safety right now is one of LAPD's. That's like top of the list for these guys. A lot of traffic right here. Kind of curious what he's going to try to do. So, you know, officers, to keep up with this person at driving at those erratic speeds, you just got to figure, he's backing up. He's going to be cutting through the Rite Aid or whatever that is, right, Walgreens. You know, so, but officers are not going to they're not going to match that energy, because they're going to have to keep up and be safe at the same time. When they can, they will. Are they nearby? Most definitely. If this thing comes to an end somehow, officers will instantly appear. I can almost guarantee that. What the purpose is, my goodness, I just couldn't even begin to figure out or wonder what they're doing. Last time he took this street right here. Let's see if he does it again. It does look like we're basically taking that same street again. So I believe this is going to be Vos.
You see, like, he passed this place, like, I think this is the third time. Yeah, the third.
And we're just making our way. We're on Vesper. We're on Vesper, and Vos was the cross street. So, anyways, continuing on again. 75 miles an hour, residential neighborhood. I hope there's no pets out there. I hope there's no people out there. Coming back up to another major, that's going to be Van Owen, and basically just making these blocks out here. You know, you'd think, well, maybe officers could put the spike strips out or something like that. Not at 70 miles an hour, not with an armed suspect behind the wheel. And again, what if that driver says officers? What if that driver tries to target an officer? They just don't want to set up for that type of situation. But as he continues making his way by that dairy right here, this little drive-through dairy off of Kester, you know, we see the people standing out there. We see the cell phones out there. Hopefully nobody tries to get any closer to the vehicle. But again, this chase just continues out here in the Van Nuys area. That vehicle moving along at high speeds. Thank goodness he hasn't hit anybody. But the longer this goes, those odds, they're just going to get higher and higher.
This is not clear. That guy, he had a plan, you understand? Because you get opportunity to leave that area, but no, he just to go around. Understand? So that means he have a plan. Understand? So he did part of his plan. Yeah, I'm sure. Because
copy.
Why would they just the day one area they move like that? Then I know that police they chase me. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
You see, you know they make sense at all. Because you know that you are using gas or petrol. Even if the car is an electric car, the battery go run down. So you need to leave that particular place, you understand? But they just go around.
Well, that's right. And, I was wondering exactly what hospital they kept talking about in this area. I just got solid information, that it's Valley Presbyterian. So apparently it started at Valley Presbyterian Hospital. And whoever this person dropped off at the hospital, unknown if they're injured, unknown what the circumstances are, but that was the person that said, the driver inside that vehicle, armed and dangerous. Multiple guns is actually the word that they use, not just one. And so that was the reason why LAPD got behind him or was trying to stop this vehicle. But you can see that erratic driving. And then, of course, you factor in the fact that this person may be armed or probably is armed. And whatever the reasons are, this just makes a very, very dangerous situation for the public. LAPD, they're doing what they can to kind of keep everybody alert about what's going on. And you are correct. These days, we're basically in that same neighborhood. We have not left Van Nuys proper since this pursuit is started, and it just continues on out there. You can see that vehicle making those wide turns. He's been very, very lucky with traffic, except for that one time that you mentioned where he actually had to back up to get to a parking lot, because it seems like this person is playing this game of I got to keep this car moving or there's going to be a problem, because we have yet to see this vehicle actually stop. It's always moving. It's at high speeds, not so high speeds, wrong side of the road. Look at that. Just imagine it's your loved one is driving along on the road right there on Van Owen, and then all of a sudden you've got this car barreling down double the speed limit for him. These are dangerous situations. They are not cool at all. And of course, LAPD, they're doing what they can. But what can you do? You can't pit this guy because you can't get your vehicles close enough and those high speeds. You can't get in front of him because this person possibly armed, and this erratic driving, who knows? Maybe he's going to see that officer with the spike strips and then maybe target that person. So yeah, this is one of those ones where, the policy basically is to back off. They have. The driving hasn't changed. The erraticness hasn't changed. The danger limit actually seemed to have gotten worse. So they are doing what they can right now. We're keeping an eye on it as well. If you know somebody that's in the Van Nuys area, I would at least try. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. And, and there's some irony there, too. That's the DMV is like literally right there at that corner. But at any rate...
You. But I don't understand. So this guy, you don't feel leave that area.
This vehicle continues on, and I don't want to take my eyes off of the car, and we move by so quickly, but do you see all those people as we zip by standing on the sidewalks, and they have their cell phones out? So it's almost like maybe it's the attention, but I've yet to really actually see that. We've had these discussions with people in the past about why people run. And, the 15 minutes of fame theory, really, I have yet to hear somebody say, that's the reason why I ran. There's a dead end, and this is where it's going to get a little spicy, because you've got officers right there as well. And if, okay. All right. Because I just was afraid that he was going to ram a vehicle or put an officer in a spot. Okay, so, but...
I think this is Los Angeles. Yeah, yep. I think this is Los Angeles. That guy is he's not really. I don't know in plan, but in plan doesn't make sense to me. If I go straight for leave that particular area. You just go around like that. No, it makes sense now. Because this, once your car fuel or the gas.
Idaho plates.
or the battery run down, you gotta stop. Then when you stop, the police is gonna,
well,
you're gonna put you on, but they will catch you. I think it's Toyota, right? Yeah. I think this is Toyota. Wow. Yeah, I think this is Toyota. Toyota, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Almost 20 minutes. Just the run, the go around. The police do know that they are going to catch you because even if you have plan, your plan is a bomb-clad plan. Because
why is he slowing down?
Then you know that police.
He's slowing down. He's slowing down. He's slowing down. I have a feeling he's running out of gas.
Yes.
While many foreign workers are under the impression that they need a degree.
Yeah. He's
See this woman.
yeah.
See, woman. You know the fear. You see, you don't go look problem for where problem no dey.
He's
You see, if they shoot you now,
Yeah.
you say they shoot you.
And the vehicle, it's a little Buick is what it is, and it also has plates. Now this is where my camera work is going to I'm going to have to stay a little bit wider, be a little bit more trigger happy for the zoom. Okay, the doors are opening, and hands are out. Okay, so that's definitely a plus. And it seems like this driver complying, or actually kind of knows what the drill is. Wasn't even really waiting for the officers to make those calls. I'm venturing to say that car gave up before the driver did. Getting out, whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, we don't want to see any of that. Getting a little closer there, you can see that person basically knows the drill. I would venture to say those officers are probably not that fast in the, hands where you can see them walk back towards us. But definitely making those moves right now. Doesn't seem to have anything on his person, but definitely now starting to follow those directions. This is probably the best ending that we could have hoped for, is that vehicle just kind of ran out of gas right there. Of course, he doesn't have the cuffs on as of yet, but again, you
check those people they don't do video, they don't post.
got a lot of people out here, like you mentioned. I'm going to take my eyes off the suspect for just a moment. That's what you were talking about. All the
see, they don't do video. Hey, these people are there.
These folks, they kind of knew this car was coming around the corner, has been in the neighborhood all morning, and so they were out here getting the video that they can, but it's all coming to an end right there. That person doing the asphalt angel, as we would call it, and so far it has been a calm ending.
The police people see the fear because they don't know what they don't know in plan, because see, like, they chase you, they in the same area, they go around almost 1 hour. You understand? Then you can't decide to stop. So the police people, they don't know what the guy they plan. You understand? So they are afraid small. You see.
To a very crazy pursuit, and you got to keep officers as well. You know, anybody that's ever been in that type of situation, you know, these are officers, these are people, these are human beings, and believe me, they have adrenaline rushes, they get tunnel vision, they have everything that you and I might have in those type of high stress situations, and to keep it together like that and to follow the rules and basically stay calm in all this kind of crazy. You got to give them props. Officers approaching the vehicle before cuffing, which is also a little unusual, just to make sure that there's nobody probably in that vehicle. But again, just going to wait for those cuffs to go on, and then they're going to call this over, or code 4, as law enforcement calls it. There it goes.
Take time. The guy did it a long time, you know, to go and cough him. As you go now, you do giddy. Because see ya. You say they fear. They are afraid.
Yeah. Right. Definitely. And it was about, yeah. Copy all, still live on KCAL. And if we're still up on YouTube, just letting you guys know that they might be doing a gunpowder residue test. You see that officer with the bag right there? So if they bag his hands, that might be
This nigga is a real gangster.
What they're doing. I don't know. Maybe it's just an evidence bag. Who the heck knows? But at any rate, you got officers down there. They're trying to figure out who's going to frisk him, what car he's going to go into, all that other officer stuff. Yeah. Well, no, the other officers are touching his hand, so I don't think they're going to be doing gunshot residue. Nope, it's just going to be for evidence. So I really kind of wonder what this was all about, to be honest with you. It was interesting as all get out. This was basically, we were touring my teenage neighborhood. This is where I grew up, all this area, pretty much all the streets where he was going down. I had driven many times. But at any rate, enough of that. The pursuit came to an end. Thank goodness nobody was hurt. I also found it interesting. It has Idaho plates on that vehicle. Wonder if it's a rental or maybe this person is from Idaho. Who knows? But they are taking this guy into custody on Van Owen near Cedros. And
you see American police, see how they do their work. If be here in Africa, they don't have time to case honorable. No, they don't have time to case honorable. And they just want money.
Clearly, he's not combative, but he's definitely talkative. So I just kind of curious what this was all about. Hey, thank you guys for joining us on this chase. Glad we could give it to you. It's been a minute, and we always love the love. If you can find me on the internet, please do. You can follow me on Instagram. That's my favorite. It's Stu Mundell, Mundel. We're not the rich Mundells or the Mandells or the Mindells or any of those other guys. We're the working class. And we'll watch this guy as he goes into custody, and then I'm going to go talk to my assignment desk. And I think we stay up with Jeremy's leveling out. So if you guys were,
you see all these people in the background, concerned people. Those people, I think, these people will be TikTok people. You see, if you see somebody from TikTok, anything where you see, you want post. Anything where you can across where, like, it make sense to him, no, it do one video to post on TikTok. You see, gunshot. If gunshot never miss your mouth, if so you go to behave.
watching us on Leveling Out, you got it before anybody else did. Huge props for you. Thank you, guys. We're still with KCal. Copy.
Yeah, this is police. They know their work. They know their profession. Not be like our people with the They say they fear and rob.
Copy all. Woo! Skybox Simon test. Should we go to Harupa now for the vehicle hang side?
What be this car? I think it be Audi, right?
Window in the back. Got it. All right.
I think it Audi.
Was that a Melissa text or was that a... It was a Melissa text. I'm going to give you an address. It's off of White Oak in Encino. I don't know exactly where, though. 4757. Yeah, it's going to be very close. We are done here. There you go. Oh, you don't have the box. There you go. So that pursuit yesterday kind of...
Yeah, this is your boy Abou-z. We are at the end of our video. So if you see this video interesting, make sure you subscribe. Give me a like, comment, share this video. See you next time.